What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a brand new PAL video. Today, guys, we're going to be spending about 15 minutes exploring the new island for you guys to all take a look at. So, warning, there obviously will be spoilers. We have spent quite a bit of time on the new island. We've gotten all the new PALs, which you guys can check out in our other video that is releasing shortly as well. So, without further ado, let's head out into that new island and check it out. So you'll find Sakurajima Island in the northwestern side of the map. You can see we're currently up here on Icewind Island, and it's pretty much just a short little hop and skip over to the island itself. Now the island itself consists of the mushroom sort of area that we've seen in the trailer before, and this contains all the Crojiros and the Shroomers as well over in this location. So it's a really nice location. You can see there the mushroom wetland. You'll find eggs, you'll find pretty much, well, everything here, to be honest. The trees do give you mushrooms here, so if you're ever lacking in mushrooms, feel free to just absolutely chop this thing down because you will get a butt ton of mushrooms from cutting it down. Look at them all. Look at all of those mushrooms. Any fun guys that enjoy this will really enjoy getting these mushrooms. Now, you get mysterious mushrooms as well. These can be used for medicine-based recipes as well that you can use in your base. So the Mushroom Island, I mean, it's a really cool spot. There's caves here, so you can see there's a cave just over there. There are quite a few caves along this island as well, so you can see, I'll give you a brief little overview of it. I've gone ahead and marked some cave locations. You can see these areas here are the cave locations. We've got some of the skill fruit trees as well, so that's these ones here. So there are a couple of those on this island. I think I've counted 4 in total. I only got 3 marked, but I believe there is 4 as well on here. And then obviously you've got the Moonflower Tower as well over here. So we do have our new Crojiro pal just here with his little stick. These guys are quite cute. They are very powerful though. A lot of the pals on this island will have very powerful moves. So you'll have to be very aware of these guys. There are some very powerful pals over here. So make sure that you are leveled up. You've got decent armor. You've got decent weaponry. You've got decent pals. Now you'll notice that my pals aren't really taking too much damage. I've changed the settings a little bit to allow us to explore this island without getting too hampered by them. Here are some of the new Shroomer guys as well. These guys are pretty cool. I do like the way these guys look. We do have a couple of new guys in our party. Obviously Blaze Armor, one of the new pals that we've seen in the trailer. We've also got Xenovader, who is also another pal that we see in the trailer as well. So I've tried to reduce the amount of spoilers, but do check out the video of me showing all the new pals if you do want to see all the new pals available in the Sakurajima Island update. So the Mushroom Wetland, it's very wet, it's very foggy. There are a couple of select places that you can build up in here that are decent-ish enough. We are heading over to one of those now. So you pretty much want to look for these oil nodes across this island. Now these do spawn throughout the rest of the map as well. However, it's easiest just to come to this island to set these up because there are quite a few of these, multiple ones anyway, in these sort of base locations that the game has given us here. You can see here we do have little house areas as well in the swamp throughout it. These houses do contain chests, so if you are exploring this swamp, feel free to check those out and stop by because, yeah, you can find chests inside of them. And sometimes you will acquire the dog coin as well out of these. As well as new schematics as well if they've got them and you don't have them for... Oh, that's the wrong pal. Let's get you back in here. There we go. So one of these really cool locations over here on this part of the island. We do also have a video showing the top 5 base locations on Sakurajima Island. In my opinion anyway. One of those locations is right here. This is pretty much a giant wall of mushrooms. You've got a nice flat area here that you can build in. Quite a few oil nodes. You've got 2 nodes, one there and one there. You've got some coal nodes as well here to make things a little bit easier to gather stuff. And then you've got these massive mushrooms growing out the walls. And the cool thing about these is you can actually climb up them if you aren't using a power. You can see these ladders here. You're actually able to climb up those. So it makes it traversing this area really cool. And you can see they go all the way up to the cliff top here. So we've got some of the new powers here. You know what, let's quickly also go over some of the new technology real quick. So you can see there is the crude oil extractor. You'll need crude oil in order to make the plasteel, which is pretty much all your new high tier endgame stuff. So your laser rifles, your ultimate spheres, pretty much everything below that will require plasteel if you want it. So we've got a cold food box. We've got some new structures, refrigerated crusher, and the cold food box. Cold food box will keep the food in your feed boxes cold so that it lasts longer. It doesn't spoil as quick. And then the refrigerated crusher is obviously a quicker way of refining everything that the crusher does. We've got some new weapons, flamethrowers, grenade launchers, laser rifles, Gatling guns, guided missile launcher. We also have a large generator over here as well. And if you come back a bit as well, there's also a new meteor launcher, which I have to say I do love. You can see that one on our shoulder at the moment. This thing is very powerful, and the ammo that you use for it is very cheap as well once you get a couple of meteors. There are meteors that fall from the sky and space, and you get supply drops as well. And those are also just very random. So I've got a couple of them down here that we haven't checked out just yet, but they're very sporadic. I do have more videos covering all of this, guys, so you can check those out. Up here, we've got some of the new variants. We've got Quiv and Botan. We've got Chillet Ignis and normal Chillets. These little guys are so cute. And then you've got also normal Quiverns. You've got Verdash. You've got another new pal just over here. Lulu. Oh, God. These guys are very powerful as well. The new sort of human type enemies. Especially the Moonflower Genin. Sorry, Jonin. He's very powerful, and you want to try and dodge his attacks at all costs. These guys are very strong, and they're very good at stun locking you as well. One hit of that sword, and you are stun locked. You'll get cast out of your move. It's chaos. Pure chaos. So you can see here, we've got another cave just here. If we make our way up further into the island, you'll see we'll start coming upon the cherry blossoms. This is a very nice part of the map. We've got a new pal over here, Yakumo. Also very powerful as well, especially in their packs. They have a very cool move. See if we can get this guy to do it. I don't know if he'll learn it, because he is a little bit on the lower side of levels. There it is. This move right here. Look at that. Huge. Does a crap ton of damage. So as we make our way up the island, you can see here is the tower where we have the new boss. I have fought and defeated this new boss, so you can check that out. Also, all tower bosses now have a hard mode where you can actually receive their hat when you defeat them, and that allows you to look like them. So you can see there's a hard mode just there that you can also choose. The hard mode is very difficult for, especially this tower in general. I haven't really had a chance to mess around with it with the other bosses, but it's very tough on this one. We've got one of the new pals here, Dojin. He's just a chill dude meditating. He's very good. I do like the Dojins. They have a cool partner ability. Then if we make our way along here, you can see here, we've got a really cool base location over here. Slightly impractical just because of the amount of space they have, but it is very, very aesthetic with the island. Look at this. So this is a base spot here. It's super nice. Awesome little spot, but there's not really a lot of space where you'd put your power box and stuff like that. You can also can't use these buildings for anything, but it is very nice to look at. So just down here is a base spot that I've got for my guys. We've got the new sulfur mine and the new coal mine, which are really good. However, these are also very far in the tech tree, so you need to be level 52 for the sulfur mine and level 53 for the coal mine. So a lot of people have been complaining that this kind of reduces the need to farm at this point in the game when you get them. I mean, I feel like it's kind of a well-deserved reward, to be honest, to get them at that level and you can just use them. Coal mine especially is really handy, I've found. The sulfur mine, not so much, but the coal mine is a huge benefit to having in your base. So you can see we've got pals working on that. We've got a new pal here, Menacing Terror. He spawns on the beach up north here, just in this location you can see there. And he's just a straight up earth type pal as well, so keep him in mind. We've got two of the crude oil generators here, and the new power generator as well as a smaller power generator. So I do have two Orserks working on this one. One of them seems to be taking a quick break. Yeah, you can see him over there. And I found that this is just enough power when your powers actually all work together to power the two generators. If you really want to not have any issues and just have continuous oil production, I would heavily recommend building two of these big boys. They're just extremely expensive to make. I found them expensive anyway. A lot of electric organs, a lot of pal metal ingots. This is on a different save to my normal one that I would play on. So I did have to kind of grind a little bit to get this stuff. But I would heavily recommend grabbing 2 of these to power these 2 as well if you can. One of them is enough to power 1. But one of those isn't enough to power 2 of these. So yeah, and this is our crude oil machines. These things take a very long time to produce crude oil. You can see there, very slowly moving. So you want to try and get this set up as soon as possible because you will need crude oil for everything. So 5 crude oil makes 1 plasteel. You can see there 5 crude oil, 5 palladium fragments, and 10 ore. So it is quite expensive on the crude oil front, so you will need to farm that up. And then everything below it also uses like 30 plus steel. So you can see here this pallet assembly conveyor, which is essentially the butchering mechanic just in a conveyor belt, so you can just feed it pals and get them butchered. Requires quite a bit of power steel plus steel. Same as your new armors, your shields, your new weapons. They all require a large amount of plasteel. So this is one of my better base spots, I think, on the island. Like I mentioned, I do have a video saying discussing the top 5 base spots on Sakurajima Island. So feel free to check that out if you want some ideas on where to build. Now, you've also got these new piles just here. These are the pretty much scrap piles that you can search through. You can find some good loot throughout them. Dogcoin, one of the new currencies that you can get, is found through these piles as well. So definitely stop by every time you see them to check them because it's well worth it. Dogcoin is used for some new upgrades that you can get in the game. We'll go over those real briefly as well in this video. I will also be going over pretty much all the patch notes that introduce everything. So we'll get that up for you guys as well so you can take a look. Let's just grab Phaleris here. There's Blaze Armor Ryu, the new raid boss. So we're just going to head south here. There is a new sort of overworld boss as well who is featured prominently in the trailer. And this is actually the location where you fight him. So you can see there is also a new skill fruit tree. And if we come down here, you'll see here is the new overworld, one of the new overworld guys. Nocklum, very similar to the Menacing Terror. Except he's just down here at this location here. So there's lots of exploration you can do, lots of little spots you can find. The beaches are really cool as well. There's also a crap ton of loot on this island. So if you're a relatively lowish level, say like level 30 or something like that, I definitely recommend making your way out to this island because a lot of these chests out here have quite good loot. Especially if you're on the lower level side of things, you can get some really powerful gear out here. And out here on the beach, you will find new powers. You've got Dazemu, you've got Goriat Terror, you've got Pricksters out here as well, which is a new guy. You've got the Hellzephyr Luxes that spawn out here on the beach. A lot of new guys out here, so I just recommend, you got Kick It over here as well. Great name for a power, by the way. He's a little armadillo ball. Great name. So I'd heavily recommend just exploring this new island, taking your time with it. Because the longer you take with it, the more sort of enjoyment you'll get out of it. And then you don't have to rush. I'd chuck down your crude oil extractors ASAP and then just go and do some exploration. So with Dogcoin, you can go to new traders. These guys are pretty much located at any of the churches I've found. So you can see here, we're at the Forgotten Island Church ruins, so it's just there. And at this location, we have the new metal merchants. So essentially you can swap your Dogcoin for new accessories. You can buy accessory expansion slots. You can see here, mystery accessory box. Accessory equipment slots increased by 1, increased by a further 1. You've got various pal hats. You've got Ring of Freight, multi-climate undershirts, and then you've got elixirs that you can use on your pals to increase various stats, as well as yourself. So you've got live fruit for pals, power, and stout. And then all these ones are ones that you can use on yourself to increase your power. And then you've got this concentrated all-purpose pal extract. So this raises your pal's rank by 1, which is very powerful, but it does require 2,000 Dogcoin. So Dog point is a little bit more tedious to get. I feel like this is definitely kind of the end game currency though. But yeah, that's pretty much a brief overview of the Sakurajima update. There is a bunch of other stuff that I will be going over, but I just kind of wanted to get the basics out of the way. If you guys have any new questions about the update or anything like that, feel free to leave them down below in the comments and I'll get back to them as soon as I can, answering them for you, any questions that you have. You can use your previous save files that you have, which is what I've done. So you are able to do that. But yeah, any other questions, feel free to drop them down below, guys. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one.